What's up, everybody? I'm Chef. I got 35 years in the business. That's Oleg. You have
25.
And that's Mike Spade. And right now he's annoyed at us. And this is the Meez and podcast. Tonight we are coming from you from a tunnel underneath Brooklyn, somewhere between two synagogues. But unfortunately tonight, even with all that excitement, we don't have a sponsor tonight. So if anybody out there, any one of our 81 subscribers, let's bring those numbers up. Click like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. If anybody's looking to sponsor, hey man, shoot us a message. We'd love to throw your name out there. Always much love to, Joey Puccio and his Bagel Pizzeria, Sanitation, and Dog Removal Emporium up in Hemlock Farms, PA. We love that guy. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4. Not sure what we're going to call it yet. Maybe it's definitely a topic about chef coats. But, yeah. What's going on, guys? How was everybody's week?
Well, you tell us. You're the one who was on vacation. Or, sorry, workcation.
Vacation. Unfortunately, I take vacation to go and volunteer.
There you go.
But it's cool, man. We do it for St. Mark's Greek Orthodox Church out in Boca Raton, Florida. So love everybody out there, all them crazy Greeks, all the friends I've made, my brother Joe and Stella and so many others who help organize it and put it together, and FM, Father Mark, everybody over there is great doing. Love all you guys, everybody at our booth. But yeah, it was a really good time, man. Always busy. It's one of the best festivals that I've ever been to. You know, I got some videos of just the grills and everything going, just the people in the crowds. But it was a good time. A lot of work, tired, exhausted, decided that I realized this year I can't do that type of thing for much longer.
Really?
I literally fry calamari 14 hours a day, Friday, Saturday, and most of the day Sunday, which secretly I hope in the back of my head that I always run out by then, which I usually do, except this year there was more.
Well, I find it funny that the Greeks got the Italian to
Fry the calamari. Well, I guess they know a couple of things over there.
That's so.
You gotta bring the the Italians to do the galamad, and we do it really good. Galamad. Here we go. Now there's going to be a whole discussion on that. Galamad. Oh boy, but we do shoot this out in Brooklyn. So shout out to Brooklyn. We love you guys. Staten Island. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for all the support we've had so far. So today the main topic I wanted to touch out on is people were asking. I put up earlier today. Does putting on a chef jacket make you a chef? And the reason I say that, I know we touched on it a few episodes back, maybe episode 1, about the whole situation with it, and I think it's just something taken too lightly now. And lifers like me, and many others out there, it kind of gets personal, almost in a way, when I see people on TikTok and it's Chef Judy with the booty, and and it's just like, no, come on. It's like, it's putting something, there should be, you got to put some respect on that name. You got to put some respect on that name,
it's like you're not going to walk around saying you're a general.
Yeah,
right?
it's something that's earned.
Yeah.
And I get it, and TikTok and all the social media outlets make everything famous, and now everybody's a foodie and everybody's a chef, but it's really got to, it's really the thing you should.
So what you're saying is it's stolen valor.
Whoa!
It's kitchen stolen valor.
Stolen kitchen valor, man.
I like that.
Kitchen stolen valor.
Yeah, bro, I earned my bones to call myself chef.
Exactly. Same shit. We earned our stripes,
You do. You earned it. I've been there. I've done all the hard shit. Fuck brunch. Just for that hard shit like that.
How many so-called chefs came out of the pandemic because they seen a couple cook shows and now they got a custom-made jacket and now they're a chef?
Nice. Can I get one too?
Everybody got one. Everybody can get one.
Everybody gets one.
You get a jacket and you get a jacket.
Like Oprah giving away the cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it cars or tacos? Because every time I pull it up, it's that meme, and I never see a car, so I'm confused.
No, she had cars. I think they were Pontiac G6s or something.
I'd rather have tacos.
I totally agree with you.
Tacos make everything better, and you can make a taco out of everything.
100%.
I made tacos out of anything in the kitchen. It's a great go-to food. But yeah, I think that's what it is. It makes everybody a chef. So listen, man, you're a great cook. I get that, man. And you cook and you got skill and all that, but earn the title of being a chef. So no, I don't think putting on a chef jacket gives you the right to call yourself a chef. I was looking on one of the line cook pages we're on Facebook, and I could read the post and I would read it just like it's posted. Hold on, let me see if I have it. I know I have it. Give me a second.
It's good. Take your time.
No problem.
Always prepared.
Always. So Oleg, tell us any.
So wait, here it is.
Cooking classes you've taken lately?
Here it is. You ready? You ready? Okay, chefs. I'm in a predicament. My job just decided that we're all getting matching chef coats. The picture is the color and style of it. We're all supposed to pick what we want embroidered on it. But I don't know if I'm supposed to put my first name, my last name, or what. I'm not sous chef. I'm not executive chef. So what do? Am I supposed to use chef in my title? Like, what the... Come on, man. And it's entertaining. Like, it's just... It's really used too loosely. Like, it should be something that, that's why it's...
Well, if it's a proper brigade, you got to put your rank. If you're a nobody, then don't put your name on it.
I think brigades really don't exist anymore like that unless it's those,
Rarely.
it's the better ends, You're not going to find it in your local, mom and pop restaurants or the one-ups and things like that. I mean, you usually got an exec, sous, and then but everybody's line dogs, and you're just going at it. But yeah, Greek festival is great. Chef coats, I don't agree with that. Also, if you wear tight pants in the kitchen, you suck.
Why is that?
You got to bend over. Come on. It's a ballet on the line. You got to do things. It's not a show. If you're really cooking on the line and, not just wearing a chef jacket and, apretando pantalones, your nice tight pants and everything, how can you move in that? How can you do your thing? That's a for show thing. So, no, you shouldn't wear tight pants in a chef jacket, number one. And number two, you just shouldn't wear tight pants in the kitchen.
What if they wore leggings?
Well,
Moving forward,
He just skips leg day, so he's always arms. And he's like, oh, why skinny jeans?
It's like a French bulldog in skinny jeans. You stand up, everything's all up here, and you got these little ass legs. Where do farts go when you have those jeans on like that? They're stuck in your pants for all day. Then you take them off, you get hit with a 14-hour fart. You don't want any of that.
Okay. So tell us about waiting.
Anyway.
Movie Waiting. What about waiting?
What about waiting? I don't know. I mean, there was some truth behind it.
Some?
Waiting. What do you think? What do you think of it?
Well, the most truthful thing to me was the reaction of kitchen staff of how it feels when people come in 5 minutes before closing. When you're just done putting degreaser on your flat top and cleaning everything, and you're ready to go home, and somebody comes in with a 15 top or 20 top right before closing, and your manager decides that he's going to put a shin one more sale before the end of the day.
Yeah, I think all the comedy and everything of it. I mean, it's definitely relatable.
A lot of part of it
the bear had some things that was also relatable and stuff like that. But I mean, it's friggin' hysterical, and and I've seen crazy things go on. I mean, we've spoke about did we speak about the pizzeria?
The one that you worked at?
Yeah.
When you were a kid?
No.
Separating the pastas? Yeah, we spoke about that.
The one in Florida that I walked in on the guy.
No, I think you know what? Wait, scratch that, everybody. Hold on. He's going to start from the beginning again. Think you should tell everybody the story from the beginning, off the top. Go.
So this is shit you're not, man. And like I said, this is going to be filled with stories and things like that, and they're going to come up as I remember them and so forth. And I worked at, made my rounds. Worked at. Listen, so I worked at a pizzeria in Florida. I won't say the name again, but it was at the pizzeria, and it was it was a crazy time. It was
Domino's or Pizza Hut?
No, it wasn't like that. It was a family restaurant, and there was some characters that definitely worked there, and there was one time where we walked in through the back door. We were opening in a few hours, and we walked in on the prep guy doing things that the prep guy shouldn't be doing to the dough. Definitely not preparation methods, and it was kind of like everybody just what. So Yeah, that was one of my.
And that's
crazy
how
things.
bagels are made.
That's how bagels are made, and that's how pizza gets holes in them. But yeah, it was really fucking nuts, man. Just walking in, and it was it was a Sunday morning. It was definitely a Sunday morning because we were all out, and I was probably in my early 20s, and we were all out the night before, just wherever we were out dancing or whatever, and just walking into that. I think just being just at that moment, just not knowing what to do, and just turning around and go, bro. Throw that shit out and fix yourself, man. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I've heard worse stories of people doing, things to food. I don't know how true they could be. But I think that was pretty bad. Yeah. That was a weird one. I once snorted a fly off a shelf and chased it with a shot of Tabasco for $5. Yeah, that was in my mother's restaurant.
So, did you do anything like that? Or did you see anybody? Or, you know what? Tell us a story similar to that. Because I'm almost positive you had something at least close to it.
I don't think I should share that story.
Somebody once told him that I'll tell him. Somebody once told him.
So yeah, I had a butcher once tell me when I was picking up meat for a job that the closest you will ever find to a woman is a jar of freshly sliced chicken breast.
So how much did you get?
Yeah, I stopped using that butcher after that.
Bro, you meet.
I don't blame you.
You meet characters in the restaurant industry, man. It was just like so many people you come across, and it's so wild that one day they're there working with you, and then the next day they're not. People just don't show up for shit and just disappear, and it's like fuck. But
I had people leave in the middle of lunch shift, just go out for a cigarette, never come back, like some people's parents,
Wow. And for those that had that happen to them, we're sorry.
Sorry in advance.
They're
Sorry about
they're at
that.
the store buying cigarettes and milk.
They'll be back.
Eventually.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's an unscripted podcast, man. We just kind of talk about food shit and whatever random stupid things come to mind that pertain to the culinary world, restaurants, hospitality, bars. I once ran into a famous musician with 2 different colored eyes. I was working at the Chili.
So we're gonna be doing stuff.
I'm so glad you fucking got that. That should be half the podcast with the shit I say. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, bravo. Yeah, but I was working at a nightclub in Fort Lauderdale, and I was doing like VIP service. And again, this was like back in the 90s, and they had concert events. And just so randomly, I was coming off the back of the stage as he was walking up and smacked it, almost like you and Bruno Mars. I was so in trouble. Yeah, that was just a random thought that came to mind. Anyway, what else? I got a couple of notes that we could touch on. Oh, on the fly, man. You remember that term, or that term, on the fly?
Yeah.
There's a difference if it's on the fly between like like your fault, like if you're at the pass like expo, or if it's a server's fault. Bro, the server's fault. Oh my god, it's like, what the hell are you doing? It's your fault. You're like, oh shit! All right, hurry up! Wait, hold up! Everything stops.
Yeah. When it's your fault, it really is on the fly. When it's their fault, it goes to the back of the ticket list.
It's not on the fly. Bat your eyes all you want. It's not on the fly. That's that shit. So that's something.
I got a question.
Fuck brunch. Did I say that?
I think you did. You know what? Tell us why you hate brunch.
I just hate brunch.
Why?
Eggs.
For a business though, it's the most profitable thing to do.
Yeah, it is. But I used to do brunch again. Coming off of hangovers or just being out all night and just fucking having to go and just cook eggs for a. You know what it probably is? Just go and have to work after knowing you shouldn't have stayed out all night, but you stayed out all night because that's what you do. And then you
It
have
just
to
sounds
work
like
to
a you
cook.
problem, bro.
You have to go out to cook for people that did the same fucking thing, but they come to hang out and you got to fucking work.
I think the main reason is that when you're a cook and you're cooking for people on brunch, they're all drunk on their bottomless mimosas. So they're going to add 15 ingredients to the omelet, and you hate your life at that every moment. Every time they add an ingredient, you hate your life just a little bit more. And at the end of the omelet, you're completely bitter, and you hope the omelet is not burned, but you put it out, grinning your face like, here you go.
And then another
Enjoy.
one comes in, and you're just like, fucking omelets. Can I get an omelet with avocado, tomato, onion, salt, pepper, no egg yolks, 3 egg whites, and egg substitution, please? And tofu, grilled on the side with tomato and lime. Thanks.
I think the thing is, people
Hot
have
sauce on the side.
people have too many options. That's what it is. If they had
There is too many options.
if they had less options, it would take less. People would be there would be a quicker turnaround. People would be in and out of the window. It'd be great.
I agree with you on that.
I think the soup Nazi had a great fucking idea. Just he didn't like you. No soup for you. That's it. I want to open up a place where that's it. No, not today.
You know what ruined it?
It's
Diners.
outside.
Diners ruined it because they got their menu is the size of the Holy Bible.
Newer version diners ruined it. Old school diners, man, the shit. The old school Greek-owned diners, like we used to have back on Long Island. Shout out to Hicksville, Long Island. What's up, peeps? Yeah, man, old school diners, man. We used to go there all the time. My mother and we used to get we used to go there all the time after clubbing and things. That was the thing, we went to this one place, the Embassy Diner. I was just with one of the relatives of that spot, of course, and at the Greek Festival in Boca Raton.
It only makes sense.
To be there. But yeah, man, you get the Chinese roast pork. And I never knew how they did it, but it always had like a bright red ring around it with this like the duck sauce on it and the garlic roll. Bro, it was the friggin' best.
Well, the sauce they put on it is red. It's a red barbecue sauce.
No, I know, but it was just so at that age, I was, it was just so bright, and I was always amazed by it. That's what my mother used to get all the time.
Easily amused.
Very easily, man. I'm like a 5-year-old. No, I was kidding.
Squirrel?
Squirrel. Yeah, man. No, what the fuck were we just talking about? I don't know. More culinary stuff. Mike, what else do you got, guys?
I got a question. You got a question? No?
Go for
I got a question for you, chef. And my question is it's fairly simple. Growing up, I noticed that
Tattoos.
yep.
Yeah.
So growing up, I noticed that most people that were heavily tattooed were either construction workers, they were either tattoo artists, bikers, and the one that never made sense to me was cooks, chefs, people who worked on the line in the back. Why?
I don't know why, but when I was, get back in the day, I don't remember a lot of tattoos being out there. I remember when I got my first one was 90.
Right, but don't forget,
Or 6,
don't forget
95 or 6.
10-year gap.
Right,
So,
maybe even more. But so I came up at a time where there wasn't a lot of guys that were tattooed on the line. I didn't have a lot. I had my leg sleeve done when I was in like 97 in Orlando, and then started just to get random ones and things like that. But there was never a time, oh man, so not today. You got guys, especially in the restaurant industry, come in that they're just sleeved, and it's a 1-session day. Mine are a little different. For me, it feels because, it took me time to get them. Just like, you earn everything. So it was just a thing, a rite of passage for me to get this, to get that. So I have a lot of mismatched stuff and things. But I don't know why everybody is just tattooed. I just think it's a place. It's a place where, like I said, when I was coming up, it was just a place for pirates, felons, guys that were just, everybody's broken. It's just a common ground where you can just do a fucking job, get along with somebody, and it just all works out for you. That's your safe spot,
Right.
Your safe spot. So the tattoo things, I didn't really notice. I noticed that as it got into the 2000s and things like that, and especially like 2010 maybe is when it really started happening, when I started getting things filled in and sleeves. I think my first full piece wasn't until almost 2014, like where I actually had something completed.
Well, this also got to look at it this way. In the 80s and 90s, tattoos were a bit more outlawed, so in a lot of places you had to go travel outside of the state just to be able to get visible tattoos done. So it was more of a hush under the table type thing. And then in the mid 90s and early 2000s, with all the tattoo shows, it became a lot more popular. And the way I've noticed it with a lot of the corporate gigs and everything like that, I've worked a lot of jobs where you weren't able to express yourself in any other way besides having a baseball cap of your own choosing. So you were able to do either a comic book or a baseball team or something to express yourself, and tattoos. So that was the only way you were able to show the fact that you're an individual and you're different from everybody else on the line.
And up until only a few years ago, personally for me, I didn't have my hands or anything done. Just because I was corporate, and I even had my ears gauged. And when I was working at one place on Park Avenue for a company, the client could see through my ears, and it would drive him fucking nuts. So it's like, you want to stay and work here, you gotta take those out. So I was like, take a while to close. It was a good decision, life decision. But yeah, and that's when I realized, as it went on a little bit. So now I was just able, I just started getting my hands tattooed and things like that, just because it's an acceptance now. Now you go anywhere and any chef's got, half of them got their face tattooed, and, it's like a thing now. It's almost like a status thing now, and especially in the restaurant industry. I think it's somewhere somebody could always go. You could either be a rock star or you could work in the restaurant industry with face tattoos, and you're perfectly fine.
Well, I feel like nowadays people start getting tattoos with you get career enders in the beginning instead of the way it was before. Because before you end with hand and throat tattoos. Now you got 18-year-old kids getting throat and face tattoos, who's got their whole life ahead of them, who don't know what they'll do, whether or not they'll be able to maintain a decent life being completely covered. Like, I started getting fully tattooed after I knew that I'm going to be able to provide for myself and others by just doing what I do. And when you have people who are half our age starting to get fully tattooed, it's crazy.
Well, yeah, that's true. 100%, and I think that now, mine, I have some stupid fucking tattoos, but I have some good stories behind most of them that I have, and I can remember, the story behind why I got them. Nowadays, I just think, like I said, it's a status symbol, It's like guys nowadays can only cook fancy and can't cook, can't cook like us no more. There's no line dogs made like this. Now everybody's got to work an 8-hour shift, and if they don't get a break, they cry in the bathroom and FaceTime their TikTok people all over the world. Tattoo? What food tattoos you got? Any food tattoos?
Deadpool.
Well, one I have the Chef Pool, and the other one is Anthony Bourdain's autograph over here.
That's right. I got stupid ones. We'll talk about them all at another time, but I do love my ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. It's my shout out to New York.
It's actually the autograph out of this book.
It's over there. It's that one. It's that one. It's that one.
That way.
That way.
Everything's reversed. Why I couldn't drive a tow truck. Shout out to Mateo. Couldn't figure out my left from my right. Looking in the mirror. Fucked a lot of shit up. Man, I love that dude.
Oh man.
All right, guys, hit us up, man. Message me, any questions you got or anything like that. I don't know, what else? You got anything else we want to know? Anything we want to shout out? Anything you wanted to say? You got a funny story to end with about your time when you worked on the mushroom farm at Chernobyl? No?
Never happened.
No, he was the masturbator.
He's the master fryer. I was the master.
Oh, right, that's right.
Man. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. Nothing really crazy, just some bullshit. Spade, you got anything else?
No, I asked what I asked.
Shout out to Maddie Matheson. Shout out to Dixon Flannels. Should make some chef gear.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea, right?
That's a good idea.
Look at that.
Instead of just
just
bikers.
the hat rack, my friend. Not just the hat rack. All right, guys. Let's get out of here. I'm Chef. That's Oleg. That's Mike Spade. This is the Meez Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.